I feel like people often mix up sex, gender, and sexuality, even though they're different things. Sex is about biological characters, gender is about social expectations and roles, sexuality is about who someone is attracted to. I think masculinity and femininity have changed a lot over time, which shows that those ideas are not natural or fixed. Gender being socially constructed means society decides what behaviors or appearances are considered masculine or feminine. When people break gender norms, they often get judged, and I don't think that really benefits anyone. Ferber explains that gender is not biologically determined, but socially created through expectations placed on men and women. The genderbread person also shows that sex, gender identity, gender expression, and sexuality are all separate parts of who we are. Together, these sources show that society gives meaning to gender instead of it being natural. I'm a nanny and I see gender expectations all the time in childcare. Women are expected to be naturally good with kids, while male nannies are seen as unusual. I've also noticed that people often assume male nannies are gay just because they work in childcare. This shows how jobs get gendered even when gender has nothing to do with the work. I think gender is changeable, and masculinity and femininity have clearly changed over time. Things that were once acceptable for men and women are now normal. Women now work in careers that used to be closed off to them, and men are more accepted in nurturing roles. This shows that gender roles come from culture, not biology. I'm sorry, the girl I nanny is singing in the background. Um, Ferber explains that women opportunities have expanded over time, like being able to vote, get an education, and work in more careers. Men roles have also changed, especially when it comes to pretending and showing emotions. These changes prove that gender roles are shaped by society. Growing up with a lot of brothers, I realized I wasn't very girly. I like doing things that used to be considered more masculine. In the past, that might not have been accepted, but now it's more normal, and I'm glad I can just be myself. Gender being socially constructed means that we're taught how to act based on our gender. Society teaches us that it is considered masculine or feminine, and that affects how we're treated. Gender feels natural because we learn it from such a young age. Other than that, other things that are socially constructed include beauty standards, race, and class. Ferber explains that society creates gender categories and then treats them like they're natural. The genderbread person shows that identity is made up of different socially influenced parts. These ideas help explain why gender expectations feel so strong. I've noticed how fast beauty standards change. Freckles used to be something that people covered up, and now people draw them on top of makeup. This shows beauty standards, like gender norms, are socially constructed and change over time. Even though men and women can do almost any job now, we used to label things like, or we still use labels like male nurse or female pilot. Adding gender to job titles doesn't say anything about ability. I think keeping jobs gendered just reinforces inequality. People who break gender norms often face judgment or extra pressure. Ferber talks about opportunity structures and how they shape what people believe they can or cannot do. Gendered roles continue because society enforces them, not because they're necessary. I've seen male teachers be questioned more than female teachers, especially when working with kids. And this shows that gender norms can lead to suspicion even when somebody's fully qualified.